All attention is focused on our alert day for tomorrow. So today you can do some planning and just kind of take it easy, but we will start to see that snowfall early tomorrow morning and even into the afternoon. I'm going to be watching for some heavy bursts of snowfall, and that means that we're going to see that snow add up pretty quickly. Now, to get you prepared for tomorrow, you're going to find in the morning that a lot of that lighter snow does start around 6 a.m. So just ahead of sunrise and maybe even ahead of that morning rush. But we will see a quick burst of snow to get the party started, and then we'll have a little bit of a lull until the afternoon. That's when we're going to have our heaviest of snowfall. And like I said, having that snow adding up quickly to where we're going to be looking at 4 to even 7 inches of snow for many of us here in the area. Looking at the hour-by-hour forecast, today it's going to be quiet. So I'm going to let this zip on by pretty quick because, well, we just have the clouds. But here we are at 6 a.m. and that's when that snowfall is going to begin. We're going to see that push up from the south, and we will have then that quick instant burst of some snow before we see that lull. So you'll notice that here into the early kind of mid-morning time frame, and then we see another lull once we get into lunchtime. We're talking that noon to 4 o'clock area, and that's when we're going to be seeing some of that heaviest of snow. Also want to point out though that further south and east you go, a little bit of rain is going to try to mix in here, and that of course is why we are going to look at some snow totals that'll be on the lighter side because of that rainfall trying to cut in. But that heaviest of snow is still going to be going right through the center of northwest Ohio and even clipping southeast Michigan as well. Now the coverage of the snowfall as we head through the rest of Wednesday, here we are 8 o'clock. Yes, still looking at some lighter snow, but after that you will finally notice that that snow stops and then we can clean things up. So we'll be cleaning up about 4 to 7 inches of snow for many of us in northwest Ohio and even into the majority of southeast Michigan. We're looking at northern Hillsdale County and even northwestern portion of Lenawee 3 to 5, and also that rain zone 3 to 5 as well, including Huron, portions of Seneca, Crawford, and Wyandotte counties. So plan on many of us to be looking at that 4 to 7 inches of snowfall. We still have this system that's got to travel 800 miles to get here, but we're also keeping an eye to those temperatures as those are sitting above the freezing mark, how that will play with our surfaces, and then as far as those accumulations as well. So we have that alert day for tomorrow. Of course, continue to get updates on the WTOL 11 weather app. That'll bring us some cold air to keep snow showers in the forecast as we head through the rest of the work week. Into the weekend, we're monitoring on Sunday for another round of snow showers, and that brings even more cold air. Highs will be into the mid to upper 20s for highs, and that means lows will just be into the teens. So a little bit of cooler air finally moving into the forecast. And maybe cool isn't even cold enough, Amanda.
I mean, I'm looking at that going, okay, 30s. January, that's really not that bad.
Yeah,
it could be a lot worse.
It could. And the thing is, it finally looks like winter is moving into the forecast. Yeah. So we've been waiting for it. We've kind of been spoiled lately. But of course, with the alert days and any of these storms come in, we're going to keep watching it. It's just going to get busy here, we'll say.
It will. So just, you know, have that app handy, keep an eye on things, take it easy tomorrow, maybe enjoy that snow.
Yeah, if you can work remote, that's even easier. Then you don't have to drive through it. But if you have to drive, of course, take it nice and slow tomorrow.